My racist principal tried to ruin my entire future. I know that sounds dramatic, but the day everything blew up, I was sitting outside the principal's office holding an envelope with my dream inside it, while he was in there on the phone trying to get my scholarship taken away. And he almost did. My name's Malik. When this happened, I was 17, a senior, and one of only a handful of black students at my very prestigious, very suburban high school. You know the type. College banners everywhere, parents who treat ASAT scores like stock market numbers, teachers who brag about rigor while ignoring every red flag around them. I was the AP kid, the overachiever, the you're gonna make it out kid. And standing directly in my path was Principal Whitfield. To parents, he was a high standards, no nonsense leader. To me, he was a man who smiled like he was tolerating me. We met freshman year when he called me in because of a backpack pin. I had anime pins, a BLM pin, and a tiny pride flag a friend gave me. He pointed at the last two. "These aren't appropriate," he said. "Some students find political messages uncomfortable." Meanwhile, kids walked around with thin blue line patches and Bible verses, but sure, my backpack was the threat. That was my first clue. Sophomore year, he accidentally moved me out of AP World and into regular world studies without telling me. When I asked why, he said, "Students like you often thrive with less pressure." Students like me. I pushed to get back into advanced classes junior year, but after that I avoided him. He always made me feel guilty for taking up space. Then senior year came, and with it, the scholarship. It was a full ride from a major engineering foundation. Only one nominee per school. My guidance counselor, Ms. Lopez, basically sprinted across campus to find me when she got the email. "You're our top choice," she said. "You're perfect for this." Only one signature stood between me and the nomination. Whitfield's. And the second she said that, my stomach dropped. The red flag started immediately. Suddenly, I was getting stopped for dress code. Hood up? Intimidating. Sitting with friends in the hallway. Loitering. A teacher told me someone complained I was aggressive during a class debate, even though all I did was disagree politely. Then came the bathroom incident. There was disgusting graffiti in the boys' bathroom. Slurs, symbols, everything. They shut the whole wing down. 2 days later, I was called to the office. Whitfield and the school resource officer were waiting. "Malik," he said calmly, "a student matching your description was seen leaving the bathroom shortly before the vandalism was discovered." My description, meaning black, male, existentially suspicious. I explained exactly where I was, but they questioned me for nearly an hour anyway. Nothing came of it officially, but rumors spread. Suddenly, I was that kid who might have done it. It didn't hurt me academically, but I could feel it altering how people looked at me, and Whitfield knew exactly what he was doing, stacking shadows around me. Then came the nomination deadline. Miss Lopez sent Whitfield the scholarship forms 3 weeks ahead of time. He ignored them, she reminded him. He said he was reviewing candidates, though I was the only eligible one. 5 days before the deadline, we confronted him together. He gave this tight, fake smile. "I'm concerned about Malik's fit," he said. "This foundation wants strong representatives, and he has been involved in several disciplinary issues." I stared at him. "Because you keep calling me in." He continued as if I hadn't spoken. "He can be divisive, passionate in ways that can be misunderstood by outside organizations." I asked, "What does that mean?" And without missing a beat, he said, "Young men like you can come off aggressive." Young men like you. He left the form unsigned. Then came the setup. On the morning of the deadline, I was called to his office again. When I walked in, the school resource officer was there, and a district administrator I'd only seen at board meetings. Whitfield lifted a small plastic evidence bag. Inside was a vape pen. A teacher found this in your backpack, he said. My heart nearly stopped. No, they didn't. That's not mine. He shrugged. Zero tolerance policy. You'll be suspended for 3 days, and of course we can't recommend you for the scholarship. It hit me all at once. This wasn't discipline. This was sabotage. Show me the cameras, I said. He blinked. Excuse me? Show me whoever supposedly went through my stuff. You have hallway footage. The district lady quietly said she agreed it would clarify the situation. Whitfield's jaw tightened, but he led us to the security office. The guard rolled back the footage. There I was at 8:05, putting my bag away, then leaving. No one touched my locker for 10 minutes. Then at 8:20, Whitfield walked up, looked around, took out a key, opened my locker, put something inside, closed it. We all watched in silence. The district administrator slowly exhaled. The officer muttered, "Wow." Whitfield tried to stammer something about checking for threats, but it was over. I didn't even feel triumph, just this cold, exhausted relief that someone finally saw what was happening. They cleared my name. No suspension, no record. Within 24 hours, Whitfield was placed on leave. The investigation uncovered even more. Emails where he complained about changing demographics, messages about protecting the school's image, lost recommendation letters from other students of color in previous years. I wasn't the first. I was just the one with evidence. Whitfield resigned a month later. No apology, no explanation. But the problem was the scholarship deadline had already passed. We sent the foundation a letter explaining everything along with the district's findings. I didn't expect anything. I was already grieving the opportunity I'd worked years for. 2 weeks later, while I was in chemistry, I checked my phone. Yes, I know. The email subject line said, "Congratulations, scholarship award." I almost cried right there over a beaker. I got the full ride. Despite everything, people think the story ends there. Principal exposed, justice served, kid triumphs. But the real ending is quieter. Even now in college, I get tense walking into administrative offices. I over-explain myself to authority figures. I triple-check forms because I know how fast one biased person can destroy your future. I tell this story not because it's fun, but because it shows how subtle and how blatant racism can look when someone with power decides you're a problem. Whitfield didn't slip. He didn't make mistakes. He targeted me. And he almost won. So yeah, that's the story of how my racist principal tried to destroy my future. What would you have done? Would you have chased legal action? Gone to the press? Or is getting out and moving on the real victory? Because even now, I'm not totally sure.